Dear friends, some lead mines up in the hills have long been closed, but their waste heaps still spoil a lovely valley. The Fat Controller has now found that this waste is good weed-killing railway ballast. He talked to the owner and the Thin Controller of the Skarloey Railway, and other important people. They win shares and build a small railway to fetch it away. The small engines are managed by a controller. They call him the Small Controller, but that is only in fun. He is bigger than either of the others. The author.
Built on the island. The engines had no idea what the new railway was about, but the Scottish twins, who would always go to the new railway and somehow disappear. When they come back, the trucks are loaded. That makes some of the engines question how they kept doing that. All Sir Tom and Har could say was that they had to do something with the wee engines. But that made them question each other even more.
What do you guys think it means?
It probably has to do with magic. You know, the way Irish people talk. That's probably what Sir Topham had meant. That these new engines are magic after you find a pot of gold.
I don't believe any of that. Let's not forget that it's Donald and Douglas trying to play tricks on us again. They did it a few times in case you don't remember.
But Duck wanted to check out the new railway and see it for himself. Next morning, Duck went to the station to have permission to go to the new railway, and he said yes. So he collected some empty trucks and set off for the new railway. When he got there, the workman asked him if he can push the truck a little bit further. So he did. One of the empty trucks was under the chute, where the coal comes down from above. Duck was impressed, until he heard a voice.
Hello there. What do you think about our shoes? Good, ain't it? What the? Who said that? Who's there? I did. Where? Look the other way, silly.
When Duck did, he was surprised to see a different looking type of engine. He'd never seen anything like him before. The only type of engine he knows that are different from him are the narrow gauge scale. But this was a scale he didn't know existed.
What? Where did you come from? I've been here the whole time. The name's Rex, and I'm betting your name is Duck. Wait a minute. How do you know my name? Well, that's easy. I've heard about you, and you're the only Great Western engine who's ever came here.
Before Duck could reply, a loud noise was heard from behind.
What was that? Don't be alarmed. That was only our chute. You see, when we put a truck at the top, it has a slide at the bottom, so it can go right down onto your empty truck. See? Now your truck is full of stone, or ballast as we call it. I know that we're not your type of scale, but while we may be small, we're quite efficient.
Duck was impressed. He wanted to know more about him and his friends, but it was time for him to leave.
I wish I could say and know more about you, Rex, but there's work to be done. I understand. We don't want you to be late, nor will we want you to get in trouble. Right. See you later.
And Duck puffed away, amazed what he had experienced.
A miniature scale railway. This is going to be more interesting the next time I see them.
A few days later, Duck returned to see Rex, but this time there were two other engines.
Ah, Duck! I'm glad you made it back. I'd like you to meet two colleagues of mine. Duck, this is Mike and Bert. Hello, you two. I'm Duck.
We know already. Rex told us about you last night.
Mike, shush. No need to be rude. I'm sorry about that. He can be a bit cranky sometimes. Anyways, as you can see, we have different colors. It helps everybody know which one of us is which, even for our controller. Before we came here, Mike and I had the same green color, so nobody could tell us apart. There were times where I was called Mike instead of my real name, and there were even times where people thought Mike was me.
And it got so annoying, I couldn't take it anymore.
So the small controller decided to paint Mike red so everybody doesn't get confused of us.
And Mike was more happy than he ever was. But can I blame him? I can't imagine what it was like for him being mixed with someone else.
That's because you've been blue ever since you were built. You should consider yourself lucky for that.
Don't worry about it, Mike. I understand why you were so annoyed. When I was on the other railway, some of the other engines looked just like me, so everyone would get me and the others mixed up. Say, can I ask you something?
Of course you can.
Do you take coaches as well, and not just trucks?
Indeed we do. I take coaches most of the time, while Mike and Rex take care of the trucks.
I love taking trucks, because I find pulling the coaches annoying. Most of the time, the trucks can be really quiet, and that's what I like about them. No annoying noises.
I see. How come I never heard of you lot before?
Oh, well that's because we just came to this island.
Our old railway back in England got shut down, so we didn't know where to go.
But thanks to your controller, Sir Topham Hatt, we can work like clockwork and run our part of the island.
Oh, I see. If you're just new to the island, then I'll bring plenty of passengers here so they could see you whenever they like to.
Really? You could do that?
Of course I can. If you want this railway to continue running like clockwork.
We would love that. Thanks.
No problem at all. I better get going now. I need to drop this load off.
Of course. And you're always welcome to come back whenever you can.
Will do.
As Duck hopped away, he was very happy to know that there was now a new railway with new true engines. And a few weeks passed, and more passengers came to visit the railway. They were amazed. Duck gave Rex a wink, and Rex went back.
Tit for tat. There are 3 very small engines that work on the miniature railway. And their names are Rex, Mike and Bert. Rex, Mike and Bert are so small that when standing, their drivers are taller than their cabs. Visitors came to the island of Sodor. They travelled about in a little car, taking pictures of interesting engines. Cheese! The visitors spent the whole day on Thomas's branch line. Thomas was rather surprised that they kept taking pictures of Toby instead of him.
Hey! What about me?
We already have lots of pictures of tank engines, but we haven't seen as many tram engines. They're more unusual.
What does that make me then? Am I a usual engine?
Well, I suppose you are, Thomas.
Yes, you're usually very silly.
Thomas spotted the visitors again at Farquhar Station. And at last they took his picture.
Oh! Where are you going next?
to visit the miniature engines. But we might have to wait until tomorrow. I don't think we'll get any more nice pictures today. It rained all afternoon and all night. But the next morning, it was sunny again and perfect weather for taking pictures. We've got visitors today. Oh, we have them every day. But these are special. One takes moving pictures and the other writes books. Oh, maybe you'll be in one of them. I don't want to be a moving picture in a book. I want to stay as I am. What's so funny? What? Bert was just getting ready to start his jobs for the day when the visitors arrived. Hello there. Aren't you a very smart and shiny engine? Oh, my name's Bert. You can ride with my driver in my tender if you like. Thank you, Bert. I'm sure we'd like to do that later.
You see, just now the sun is shining so nicely, we'd like to take some pictures. See you later.
At least those visitors know how to speak to engines nicely. There were still lots of puddles after the rain. But wherever the line came near the road, Bert found the two men there, looking into their cameras. Hello! Hello! Oh, you'd think they might wave at an engine. They can't wave and get good pictures. They didn't say hello to me when I whistled, so I'm not going to say hello to them anymore. Oh! Oh, they can't get enough of me. Here they come. What was that for? They splashed me. They splashed me. I have mud on my face. And they even took a picture. Pictures indeed. I'm a nice picture. Oh, covered in mud. Oh, no harm done, Bert. There you are, clean face again. Go on, give us a smile. What about the rest of me? I'm still muddy on the rest of me. I should pay them back. They splashed me, so I shall splash them. Tit for tat. Don't be silly. Forgive and forget, Bert. It was an accident. Can I take you up on that offer of a ride in your tender now, Bert? I'm not sure about that. Not after what you... Of course you can. Bert was still brooding to himself as they travelled along the line. Such a wet day. You can say that again. I know how to pay him back. It's a lovely plan. I only wish the tall one was here too. Bert hurried along until they reached the woods, where the line begins to climb steeply up the hill. And then he slowed down. Come on, Bert. What's the hold-up? Tit for tat, tit for tat. It's payback time. I'm soaked, Bert. Bert, what are you doing? Tit for tat, tit for tat.
back at Alsborough Junction. The small controller soon found out what had happened.
Bert, you're a very naughty engine. I won't have rudeness to visitors.
But they splashed me first, sir. I was only paying...
No excuses, thank you, Bert. I'm ashamed of you. Go to your shed.
Oh, gosh. Poor Bert. Oh, dear.
Bert was sitting sadly in his shed when he saw the two visitors coming over to see him again.
What do they want now?
Hello, Bert.
We wanted to say how very sorry we were for splashing you earlier with our car.
I'm afraid I really wasn't looking out for the puddles.
Nor was I. I was too excited about getting pictures of you. Oh, well, I suppose... I am very sorry for splashing you too.
We wondered if perhaps there was some way we could make it up to you, Bert.
Perhaps we can clean you up and make you look smart again, like you did in the morning.
By the time Rex and Mike came back, Bert was looking as shiny and clean as he had been in the morning.
Oh, we heard you had a little argument with some very rude visitors, Bert. We heard you were covered in mud. I was, but they cleaned me up again. They're actually very nice. They're even going to write about me in a book and show me off in moving pictures on the television too. Don't be silly. That's never going to happen. He must be having you on.
But it did happen, didn't it? Mike's whistle. Rex and Bert are two of the very small engines on the island of Sodor that work on the miniature railway near Alsborough. And then there's Mike, the red engine. He can be rather grumpy at times, and he doesn't much like pulling passengers either. One morning, Thomas was laughing as he arrived at Alsborough West to collect ballast stone for his branch line.
Oh, what's so funny? It's Doc. Have you heard his whistle this morning? His driver boiled an egg on it, and some of the egg got stuck. But don't laugh. Was that really you, Doc? I never knew you could boil an egg on a steam whistle. Neither did I, and I don't recommend it. All right. Don't go on about it, Doc. Doc shouldn't make such horrible sounds. It's shocking. I'm going to whistle like that to everyone today. If engines aren't whistled properly, they shouldn't try. Then why do you? I was talking about Duck. Unlike him, I have an excellent whistle. If I had a whistle like yours, Mike, yes, I'd lose it. What? Whistles are very important, Rex. Engines without whistles aren't proper engines at all. Mike's steam pressure went so high that his safety valve blew off.
Oh, dear. Is Mike overheating again?
Mr. Fergus Duncan is known as the small controller because he's in charge of the miniature railway. But he's not actually small. In fact, he's rather tall.
I shall have to put you on lighter duties. I suggest you take the passenger train today.
No, sir. Please, sir. I'll be fine. You know I prefer hauling goods to passengers.
Sorry, Mike, but I can't have you blowing off steam like this. Bert shall take the goods train today, and you shall take passengers, once your safety valve is back in order.
Mike was still in a bad mood as he went to collect the passengers.
Oh, it's so lovely. What a cute little steam engine.
Come there.
Blah, blah, blah. Lovely day. What a cute little steam engine. Isn't he sweet?
Behave yourself now.
Nothing wrong with my whistle.
Silly Rex and Bert, making fun of my whistle. They're jealous. They're jealous. I'll show 'em. I'll show 'em.
There are places along the line where boards are put up to let the engines know that they have to whistle. But Mike was blowing his whistle at everything. When they reached the end of the line, Mike's driver checked him over.
I just can't seem to work out what's wrong with you today.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. Just don't go thinking about cooking an egg on my whistle.
I won't.
But as they were travelling back along the line, Mike's driver heard a funny noise.
What's that?
What's what?
That funny sound.
Don't you start.
No. Listen. Something is rattling on your boiler.
Never mind that. You can tighten up whatever it is when we get back.
But then there was trouble.
Get out of my way!
Patience, Mike. The cow will move on in time.
Oh, that cow is always wandering onto the tracks, and she only makes me cross. Shoo, shoo, shoo! Go on! Right, this is the last straw. Get out of my way, you silly animal!
Mike got so cross and he whistled so hard that his whistle cap flew right off like a rocket.
So that's what was loose.
Mike's driver and his guard searched the field trying to find the whistle cap, but there was no sign of it. The passengers were getting impatient.
Hurry up!
Could you go a little faster, please?
What are you looking for? To be late and miss my connection. What's so important about a whistle anyway?
Oh, I had to whistle at certain places along the line to let others know I'm coming. That's orders. Haven't you found my whistle yet?
Oh, this won't do at all. We could be here until tomorrow morning.
We'll have to whistle for you. Good idea. I can whistle.
So Mike continued along the line, and every time he came to a place where he was supposed to whistle, his driver and guard and the passengers all whistled for him. They made more noise than he ever did, but Mike felt foolish and improper without a whistle. Mike was running rather late when he got back to Alsborough, and Duck had to wait for him.
Traffic jam, was it, Mike?
No, there was a cow on the line. And a problem with my whistle.
Wow, I know what that's like. At least my driver finally cleaned mine out.
What's up with Mike? Oh, take no notice of him, Thomas. He's an improper engine. Improper? What do you mean? He's got no whistle. It's shocking. We don't approve of engines without whistles, do we, Mike? Oh, did someone boil an egg on it? No, he got cross with the cow. That's right. And all he had to do was say, moo. Or maybe go,
Poor Mike wished he didn't get cross so easily. If he hadn't been so hot-headed, he might never have lost his whistle in the first place.
oh, give it a rest, won't you? Oh, I don't know. Oh, never.
Useful railway. Sometimes Thomas brings passengers up to Alsborough Junction, where they can ride on the mini engines of the miniature railway.
Hello, Bert. Hello, Mike. Oh, hello, Rex. Hello, Thomas.
Thomas likes the miniature engines. His passengers do too. But they don't take the little railway very seriously.
Oh, they're so cute and so tiny. Oh, look at it. Look at them.
I know. It's just like a toy railway, isn't it?
A toy railway indeed. We're not a toy railway. We may be small, but we do a lot of heavy work and are really useful. Of course we are, Mike. Keep your steaming. They're only human. Rex is right, Mike. The passengers didn't mean to insult you.
Mike is often grumpy. He loses his temper much too easily.
Oh, shoo, shoo! What is the matter with you silly animals? Get out of the way! Oh, some of us have work to do, you know.
That night, in the sheds, Mike complained to Rex and Bert about the sheep.
Sheep are nothing but trouble. Oh, I don't see the point of them silly things. They're silly, but they're useful too, Mike. Useful? Don't talk nonsense, Rex. It's true. Farmers sell their wool for people to make clothes from. You know, those things they wear instead of paint.
Quite right, Rex.
The engines were surprised to see that Mr. Duncan, the small controller, had come to their shed.
The farmers have asked us to take their wool to market. If we do it well, it will show everyone that we're a really useful railway. So, you must all do your best.
I don't understand, sir. We can't drive sheep along the line. They wouldn't go straight. It's like what happened to Mike today. Don't be silly, Bert. We don't drive the sheep. We take their wool in bales on our cars. This is an easy job.
Easy? I don't know how easy it will be, Rex, but seeing as you seem to know all about it, you can take the first train.
Thank you, sir. I'm telling you, it'll be easy peasy. I bet it won't be easy.
The next morning, Rex took some cars and set out to collect the wool from the farmers. They started loading at the far end of the line. The wool from the sheep had been made into big bales that could be stacked on Rex's cars. The farmers helped to tie them down. Rex stopped to load wool from each farm along the way.
knew it would be easy. That's what I told Mike and Bert last night. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's right. Only one more load and we're away.
But Rex's driver didn't know that the last load belonged to Willie. Willie was one of the farmers, but he was often dawdling and always ended up running late.
Oh, Willie, your load's slipping. Oh dear. But I can't stop now. I'm already late. I hope it'll hold.
The load did hold, but not quite long enough.
Oh, crumbs. That's torn it. It's Rex. I said it was easy. I said it was easy.
Then everything happened at once.
Rex! Rex! Watch out! Slow down! Stop! Oh, no!
Oh, no.
A small controller came to see what had happened.
I'm sorry, sir. I tried to slow down, but I didn't realise the line was blocked until I passed under the bridge.
I lost control of the load. I took the corner too quickly and, well, oh, I'm very sorry, Mr. Duncan.
Don't tell me. Tell Rex.
Sorry, Rex.
Soon, they sorted out Rex's cars. Bert lost no time in taking them away to deliver the wool to market.
I guess maybe pulling wool trains isn't as easy as it looks, eh, Rex?
Poor Rex had to stay where he was. He didn't like it one bit.
That looks like an easy job, all right. Lying there on the bank. Oh.
I say, what happened here?
Oh.
Eventually, they managed to hoist Rex back onto the rails, and Bert and Mike helped bring him home.
I suppose that accident served me right for being so full of myself.
No, it wasn't really your fault at all.
It was that farmer, Willie.
The small controller was in the yard when they arrived back at Alsborough Junction.
Ah, Rex, you're back. Glad to see you. I'm proud of you, Rex. Indeed, I'm proud of you all. Thanks to Rex managing to slow down when he did, the accident caused little harm. And you, Bert and Mike, have worked like heroes. I think our customers all admire the way we manage. Well, good. Splendid job.
Never overlook a little engine, eh?
They may have thought we were a toy railway before, but now everyone says we're really useful. And when we finish with the wool, they've promised us plenty more work.
Ah, extra work won't be a problem for us, sir. Just ask Rex. It'll be easy peasy, lemon squeezy.